NCSoft has fulfilled one of the promises and released patch notes one day before the patch goes live. The patch contains a lot of the stuff I mentioned in the previous news update, so in this video I will go over the most important changes as some of them are really good. As always, a link to the full detailed patch notes will be in the description. Also, the background footage is completely unrelated to what I will be talking about, it's just there to keep you entertained. Please also consider subscribing to stay up to date with all the Throne of Liberty news. First, a variety of new events, field bosses and arch bosses have been activated and will be added periodically this week, as all the milestones to unlock them have been completed. Dungeon tokens have received changes where daily recharge limits have been increased from 600 to 900 per day, and max limit has been changed to 4500 from 1800. New recipe to craft the weapons chest that drops in the dungeons has been added for 40-dimensional tokens to serve as some sort of pity system in case you don't drop the chest in 40 rounds. And all the dungeons have received some changes, bug fixes, cheese mechanics for remote and exploits have been patched. They have added the ability to mark players, improved ability to join and apply to different parties while already being in a party, and a variety of changes and fixes for the recruitment. In Mirror Boutique they have added weapon skins, so possible weapon transmog options will be available, not 100% sure until we see it in the game. Now for some weapon balance changes. Sword and Shield received a slight buff, where AoE damage of Annihilating Slash has been increased by 50% and it received few various bug fixes. Dagger has had a knife throwing cooldown reduction reduced from 24 seconds to 18 seconds. Greatsword has been buffed greatly with mostly attack speed, HP regen and a lot of damage on a few skills. Crossbow's mana recoup skill has increased mana gain by 20% and Longbow has had a buff on decisive sniping resets. Now you have 6 seconds to use it again, where before it was only 3 seconds. And also now if you cancel the reset in those 6 seconds it won't go on cooldown like it did before. This is a huge buff and a very much needed one. Staff had most of the changes reverted to how it was before last patch, and some damage buffs on certain skills, and Wand received some minor buffs. Some great quality of life changes include move to click implemented, hold Alt in action mode to get mouse cursor on the screen. This one is big for action mode players like myself. Shortcuts and keybinds are all saved server side and not on local PC. Targeting has been improved and multiple options for directional and positional skills have been added. Some content adjustments are as follows. Abyss tokens are rewarded as points instead of tokens. Few balance changes to all of the events. Now you can't receive rewards from participating in multiple events at the same time. Skill books have been added as rewards in the events and amount of parchments has been reduced. And also several balance changes to field bosses and open world dungeon mobs and bosses. UI changes. World map now shows how much time is left in day or night. Guild quests marks have been simplified and are no longer visible on the map. Ability to adjust ambient sound separately. Added contrast settings, several inventory improvements and various other UI improvements and bug fixes. And lastly, they have improved a lot of codex quests which are now much easier to understand and complete with a whole lot of general bug fixes. New Battlepass is also arriving with new and improved cosmetics. But one thing I noticed that wasn't added but has been confirmed for 3rd January patch before was the very much needed skill transfer to allow for easier build swapping. They have given no explanation for this decision, but I guess it was pushed for later patches so that they can have it ready without bugs and issues. And that's everything coming in the next patch. Some great changes and some very much needed improvements. And overall the game is heading in a very healthy direction. Thank you for watching, consider subscribing to stay up to date with Throne of Liberty news, and consider watching some of my other Throne of Liberty videos appearing on your screen.